We all crave belonging. We long to be accepted, loved, and included. This desire can lead us down a dangerous path, the path of conformity. We silence our true voices. We hide our true selves. We conform to fit in, hoping to earn love and approval. But this acceptance comes at a cost. When we chase after the ever-changing whims of others, we lose ourselves. We sacrifice our authenticity for a pale imitation of belonging. True belonging is not about fitting in. It's about belonging to ourselves first. It's about having the courage to be disliked, knowing that our worthiness is not determined by the opinions of others. It's about embracing our true selves, even when it makes others uncomfortable. This is the path to true freedom and joy. Authenticity is not about perfection. It's about being real. It's about showing up every day with our hearts open, even when it's scary. It's about letting go of who we think we should be and embracing who we truly are. This can feel terrifying. We worry about judgment. We fear rejection. But the truth is, the only way to experience true connection is to be authentically ourselves. When we are authentic, we give others permission to do the same. We create space for vulnerability and connection. We build relationships based on trust and respect, not on pretense and facades. Unmasking our authenticity can be a lifelong journey. It takes courage to let go of the masks we wear and embrace our true selves, imperfections and all. From a young age, we are taught to seek validation from others. We are praised for fitting in, for following the rules, for meeting expectations. This conditioning runs deep. We carry the weight of these expectations into adulthood. We strive to please our parents, our partners, our friends, our colleagues. We become so focused on meeting these external expectations that we lose sight of our own needs and desires. This constant striving for external validation is exhausting. It leaves us feeling empty and unfulfilled. It prevents us from living authentically and pursuing our true passions. To break free, we must learn to differentiate between healthy feedback and unhealthy expectations. We must learn to set boundaries and prioritize our own well-being. The fear of disapproval can be paralyzing. It can grip us tightly, making us second-guess every decision we make. It can keep us stuck in jobs we hate, where we feel unfulfilled and drained every single day, relationships that no longer serve us, causing us pain and frustration, and lives that feel inauthentic, as if we're living someone else's story. But what if we chose to see disapproval differently? What if we embraced it as a part of our journey? What if we viewed it not as a sign of failure, but as a sign of courage and authenticity, but as a sign that we are living in alignment with our values, that we are being true to ourselves? When we let go of the need for everyone to like us, we free ourselves from the shackles of other people's opinions. We free ourselves to explore new paths, to take risks, and to grow. We give ourselves permission to pursue our dreams, express our creativity, and follow our passions and live life on our own terms, with joy and freedom. This doesn't mean we should disregard the feelings of others. Compassion and empathy are still important. It simply means that we should not allow the fear of disapproval to dictate our choices. We must prioritize our own truth. We must be willing to stand in our truth even when it's uncomfortable, because in the end, true freedom comes from within. The strength to stand alone. Choosing courage over comfort is not easy. There will be times when we feel alone, misunderstood, even ostracized. There will be times when our convictions are tested and we are tempted to conform. It's in these moments that we must dig deep and find the strength to stand alone. We must remind ourselves that our worthiness is not determined by our popularity, but by our integrity and our willingness to be true to ourselves. This strength does not come from ego or arrogance. It comes from a deep sense of self-love and acceptance. It comes from knowing that we are enough, just as we are. Standing alone can be a powerful act of defiance. It can inspire others to do the same. It can spark a movement of authenticity and self-acceptance. The ripple effect of authenticity. When we choose to be authentic, we create a ripple effect that extends far beyond ourselves. This simple act of being true to who we are can touch the lives of countless others in ways we might never fully understand. We inspire others to do the same. Our authenticity becomes a beacon of hope and courage for those around us, encouraging them to embrace their own truths. We create a world where it's safe to be vulnerable, to be different, to be real. This authenticity is contagious. It spreads like wildfire, igniting a sense of freedom and acceptance in our communities. When we see others living their truth, it gives us permission to do the same. It empowers us to step out of our comfort zones and embrace our true selves without fear. It breaks down the walls of fear and judgment and creates space for connection and belonging. Authenticity fosters genuine relationships built on trust and mutual respect. Our courage to be disliked can be a catalyst for change. It challenges the status quo and paves the way for a more inclusive and understanding society. It can challenge societal norms and create a more accepting and inclusive world. By being true to ourselves, we encourage others to do the same, fostering a culture of authenticity and acceptance. It's time to stop apologizing for who we are. We must embrace our true selves and stand tall in our uniqueness. It's time to embrace our quirks, our imperfections, our unique perspectives. These are the things that make us who we are and add color to the world. It's time to let our light shine brightly, even if it makes some people uncomfortable. Our authenticity can light the way for others, showing them that it's okay to be themselves. Embracing imperfection. We live in a culture obsessed with perfection. We are bombarded with images of airbrushed models, curated social media feeds, and seemingly perfect lives. This constant barrage of unattainable standards can leave us feeling inadequate and insecure. But perfection is an illusion. It's a dangerous and unattainable goal that keeps us trapped in a cycle of self-criticism and shame. True beauty lies not in perfection but in imperfection. It's in our flaws that we discover our humanity. It's in our vulnerabilities that we find our strength. It's in our imperfections that we become relatable, approachable, and real. Embracing our imperfections doesn't mean we should stop striving for growth. It simply means that we should approach ourselves with kindness and compassion, recognizing that we are all works in progress. The joy of true connection. When we let go of the need to be liked by everyone, we open ourselves up to the possibility of true connection. We attract people into our lives who appreciate us for who we are, not for who we pretend to be. These are the people who see our flaws and love us anyway. These are the people who make us feel safe to be vulnerable, to be ourselves, to be real. These are the connections that matter. These are the relationships that nourish our souls and bring joy to our lives. True connection is not about quantity, it's about quality. It's about finding our tribe, the people who get us, who accept us, who love us unconditionally. The courage to be content. The courage to be disliked is ultimately about the courage to be content with who we are, embracing our true selves without fear. It's about finding peace and acceptance within ourselves, regardless of external validation or societal expectations. It's about recognizing that our worthiness is not determined by our popularity, our achievements, or our possessions, but by our inner values. It's about knowing that we are enough, just as we are, without needing to prove anything to anyone. This doesn't mean we should stop growing or striving for improvement, but rather, we should do so from a place of self-love. It simply means that we should approach ourselves with kindness and compassion, recognizing that we are all on a journey of personal growth. When we have the courage to be disliked, we free ourselves from the shackles of other people's opinions and judgments. We give ourselves permission to live a life that is true to ourselves, a life that is meaningful and fulfilling, aligned with our deepest values. This is the path to true happiness, a journey of self-discovery and inner peace.